Well, if you haven't stopped by the Spartanburg Library headquarters yet, you only have until August 31st to see the Revolution Remembered exhibit. It's been on display all summer. We have Brad Steinecke here to tell us why you need to be there, and he has a couple things from the exhibit.
I do,
you
yeah.
said it's been going well. What exactly is on display?
So we've got a number of different historic panels that tell different stories related to July 4th celebrations and big anniversary years of different battles. We've got a lot of bicentennial coverage, 1976 imagery. There's a lot of photographs of just people around town and places around town that people would recognize. The former mayor, Bob Stoddard, is dressed up in his Revolutionary War regalia for a lot of 1976 photos. But we also have some artifacts that are part of the exhibit, some things that were excavated at Revolutionary War sites, and some things that are related to the commemoration of different Revolutionary War events, including one that I brought with me. This is a coin that was minted in commemoration of the Battle of Cowpens centennial in 1881. This is when the Daniel Morgan Monument in downtown Spartanburg was dedicated, and they issued these special commemorative coins as part of that also. So we've got a couple of those that are on display at the library, as well as other things to see.
It's so crazy because you know growing up in this area, and obviously you've always heard of Daniel Morgan and some of these names, and then you do a little research and you're like, oh, it's not just a random name that they decided to put up. This was kind of a really important person.
Sure, yeah, and there's lots of things that are happening during the Revolutionary War. We've got a lot of material that tells the story of the Revolution. This exhibit, though, is much about the remembering that, how we've commemorated that. People did some wild July 4th celebrations back in the day.
Really?
There's one story about cannons being fired on Morgan Square in the 1830s. Knocking down some trees that were in the distance, and people, one of those trees survived with its top knocked off of it long enough to be photographed years later. So
that is so funny. So we think fireworks get out of hand. Imagine firing cannons right in your town.
Exactly.
So I'm glad to see we've tamed it down just a little bit. But that's so fun because we do always think of the battles and things that led up to it. But that would be fun to see how this is how we used to celebrate.
Yeah, yeah. And there's stories about parades when Revolutionary War veterans were still alive.
Yeah.
There's also stories about monuments and activities that have been created as part of the bicentennial in 76, and also about Spartanburg's Revolutionary War identity. And a lot of the branding that Spartanburg has done over the years has really tied into its Revolutionary War heritage. So there's a discussion about that in the exhibit as well.
So much fun, y'all. You only have until August 31st. I know that seemed like forever, but now here we go. We're like at the end of August. So make sure you go by and don't miss out on this. Again, this is at the Spartanburg Libraries. All the information on the screen. You do such a great job with all this. So thank you, Brad. Very cool.
Thank you.
Love it so much.